let's try this again. My almost 2-year-old, she's 23 months. I keep my video camera on the desk, and sometimes she touches it, plays with it, and she has a fit if I, don't let her play with it for a few seconds. So she smeared up the whole screen, and it was like this Vaseline on the lens, 1980s erotic thriller on Cinemax, starring some aging Playboy bunny. That's the way this video would have looked if I had just been like, oh, fuck it, good enough. But no, you guys deserve better than that. Anyway, this is a video revising and maybe clarifying my last video on initiative and withholding and attacks and things like that. So anyway, as a lot of people posted great comments, suggested, the 1 minute round, way too long. So now each round is 20 seconds. So 3 rounds is a minute. And when you go on your action, that's just a second. So for initiative, you roll a d20, everybody does. And that's where you go. You start at people that, higher start first. So if you roll 20, you're going first. The person that rolls a 1, they're going last. And then a new round repeats. If your initiative modifier brings you above 20, then you're like in a bonus surprise, like ultra surprise round, called round 0. And if your modifier drops you down below 0, then you're automatically bumped to round 2. People acting first, before other people have a chance to initially act in the combat, automatically get a +2 to anyone they're attacking that hasn't gone yet, until everybody's attacked at least once, in which case then the +2 disappears. What else? For withholding, if you wait around, if you wait a whole round, whole 20 seconds, then it gives you +2 to hit and to damage. As I said before, you're still doing other things while you're waiting for better spots or better opportunity. Your feints and your parries and making sure your bow is aligned just right and getting out the good spell components at the bottom of the bag instead of the crappy ones on top. So things like that. You're gesturing just right so Yog-Sothoth can see you in all your splendor. So anyway, so you get +2 to attack and to hit. For casters, you get a +2. It's up to the Dungeon Master's discretion, but I would suggest a +2 to the casting roll if they have that, or maybe a -2 to the other guy's save, or even just like a bumped up spell ability. Like instead of 2 magic missiles, it's 3, and instead of 5d6 fireball, it's 6d6, something like that. Not a lot. I playtested it, and I think other people might have too. Not a lot of bonus, or not enough gold at the end of the rainbow for waiting a whole 3 rounds. For even a +6 to hit into damage. Still not juicy enough for a lot of people. A lot of people aren't going to wait. So what I determined is that instead of a +6 to hit into damage, it would be an automatic critical. So it's automatic hits, automatic extra damage. I think that's nice because even if you wait a whole round, there's still the chance you could roll a 1 or a 2 or a 3, even with that +6 and your other bonuses. You still might miss, which would completely suck ass because you waited all that time and you should be rewarded for it. I mean, there's enough gamble in the process of what's going to happen in the rounds that I'm waiting without needing an ultra big lottery at the end of like, oh, will I even be able to hit this guy if I'm waiting a whole round and everybody else is attacking and he's attacking me and I'm just kind of sitting there waiting for a good spot. It seems kind of stupid. And then waiting a whole minute or 3 rounds, that's the limit. You don't get an extra bonus for waiting like a 4th round. So that's that. And casters, if they wait a whole 3 rounds, basically I would say that their spell is doubled. So it's doubled in range, duration, potency. That's my suggestion. Maybe Dungeon Masters would want to give 2 out of the 3, or some other special ability. You know, you can make up something on the fly, or something else cool. I don't know. So there you have it. In addition to that, I just told everybody, all the players, that they wanted to make an offensive attack, then they would get a +2 to hit, and that would come with a -2 to their armor class. And if they wanted to make a defensive attack, then you get a +2 to your armor class and a -2 to hit. Everybody can do that. It doesn't matter if you have the certain race or class, or feat or skill or whatever. None of that matters. Anyone can do that, and I think that's just logical, because in the real world, anyone can do that. You can fight a little bit more defensively, or a little bit more aggressively, and leaving yourself, you know, a bit open to attacks because you're so aggressive and you're being so ferocious. It's not even with combat. I mean, the same thing with poker. If you're being ultra aggressive, then at times more passive, careful opponents, or those paying attention, can exploit that. And the same thing with being defensive. If you're overly defensive, sometimes overly passive, or being too careful, you're not going to be aggressive enough to take those little pots away. Or, you know, same thing with combat. I think put things into poker terms a lot, because I'm a poker player and I love playing, and for me it's like chess. It's just easier for me to visualize that, because I'm in a lot more poker games than I am melee combat with swords and maces and magic missiles. I think that's it. So those are the rules, the combat rules that I'm going with right now. Things are working good. Playtesting those. I would love to hear your comments and your thoughts and your feedback. Let me know on any of those points, if they suck or if they're awesome, how they work in your game. I've got a number of cool video ideas. I'm putting together a little special handmade old school gaming reference that I would like to trade with people, but I'm not going to say any more about that, because that's for the next video, probably in a couple days. So, thanks for watching. Cthulhu Fatagan.